taken by this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you're enjoying the save, drop a like on the video, that'd be tremendous. We had a youth intake, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not actually that disappointed by it, considering that it looked pretty shit from the previews. This looks like it might actually be something. So obviously there's Joe Nolan. He is the standout guy, and we'll take a look at him in a minute because I actually think he might be quite solid. But there's a couple of other players here. We've got quite a few sort of foreign names. So we've got Jakub Rybarczyk, who presumably is the guy from Roscoe we talked about. We've also got Paulo Gonzalez from Spain and Davidas Kvidaras, a Lithuanian left-sided player. I mean, these guys aren't any good, as it happens. Some cool names, though. Chos Mullen and Miles Gwinnett as well. So some interesting names in there to go with. But this is the key guy. This is Joe Nolan. 14 first touch, 14 passing. The vision isn't the greatest, but good work rate, teamwork, positioning, tackling, technique, determination is solid. He's got good balance. He's not the quickest and he's not the tallest, but he's all right. For a 17-year-old, I think this guy with 4-star potential is actually a really decent prospect, because that would put him to aspire to the same kind of levels as Remy Dubois. And Remy Dubois is a French international. So I think Joe Nolan possibly could have England international in his future. Probably not actually like during the save, but maybe in the looking forward, we may well see some stuff. What do you say at the end, and what does it mean? I only started watching about 15 episodes ago, so I assume you're referring to Hold Your Gun Capybara. I was wondering when this might happen. So, essentially, for those of you that are new to the channel that may have come over from Twitch, or just found the channel some other way, Hold Your Gun Capybara, the theme song to this series has a line in it that says, "Hold your gun, cut the wire." But it's very easy to mishear, and someone in the comments once misheard it as "Hold your gun, capybara." And as a result, it's kind of just become a bit of a meme in the channel, and I turned it into a sign-off. Hence the capybaras that we have over on Twitch, and all that sort of jazz. So that's what it is, basically. Bend it like Beckham, more like arc it like Aytac, and you're damn right, actually. He does have a free kick and a half, and he scored one in the off-camera games too. Aytac is starting to feel like the real deal. He just has that intangible quality that Santana lacked, and you're damn right. He is actually finding some serious form this season, both in his assists, now albeit he does take some free kicks, so there is that, but his goals too. The guy is contributing goals. I think he's about to set a record this year for the largest amount of goals scored by a winger in this entire save, which is really, really good to see. Like Darren Levy, I think, holds it with 12 that he got a couple of seasons ago in all comps, where he was absolutely bashing things in the FA Cup. But Aytac has been not only getting goals, but he's been doing it in the big competitions, Champions League, Premier League, Cup games as well, but he's also been contributing assists. I think he's going to hit double figures for both, and that is exciting to see. So let's get into some off-camera games, because we've got Porto today and then Arsenal. The match was moved, but only by 1 day, so it's fine. We got a slightly longer break. And we had a nice 9-day rest between the Premier League and this Porto game, which is nice, although we managed to get some injuries in there, so we'll see. Straight off the back of that 3-0 victory away at Porto, we went and hammered 6th place Bournemouth 5-1. I don't know where this came from. We really do look a proper prospect. I've kind of come up with the methodology now for the rest of this save in terms of the tactics. We've got these two tactics that are very similar, but certain scenarios they work. Generally speaking, unless we're away at one of the big sides, we can start off with our slightly more withdrawn system. And then if that doesn't work, later in the match, I switch to a more aggressive approach and touch things around a little bit, and that seems to do the trick. But in this game, we did not need to do that one bit. 38 minutes into the game, Guerra gave us the lead. Aytac nodded it down to him. 2 more assists for Aytac in today's game. Absolutely phenomenal performance from him. Nikolai Jespersen then made it 2-0 just after the break with a nice Guerra ball whipped in from a corner, which was good. They then got on back, and I was concerned because they hadn't really done a lot to deserve that, but shit happens. But then Celso grabbed us a goal from a free kick as Aytac was able to whip one across to him. Not long after that, Remy Dubois scored an absolute thunderbolt to make it 4-1 before Agustin De Los Santos. Guerra got through, squared the ball. He could have shot and he probably should have scored, but Guerra just squared the ball and De Los Santos tapped it into an empty net for 5-1 Notts County. To beat 6th place Bournemouth 5-1, really big props to the guys, and you can see how good they all were. I then decided to completely rotate and put the youth team out against Manchester City in the FA Cup because we had so many games and I was determined to make sure that we made the most of those matches. Wasn't that bothered. Amazingly, I think we were unlucky in this game. We actually played really, really well. I don't know why it's saying they've created 4 chances. Oh no, yeah, they had two clear cut, 2 half chances. We had 2 clear cut and 3 half chances. It was a very, very tight game. Honestly, I think we were a bit unlucky to lose this one. Torgerson gave us the lead on 29 minutes before Jordi Ferrer was put through thanks to a mistake. And then unfortunately in the 80th minute, Paiva thundered one in for City, and then Ferrer grabbed himself another one. A tough match, could have gone either way, but I think the first team would have done a much better job. We then went away to Everton. This was a really tough match. They took the lead through Vasic early on, but he was then substituted through injury. Thankfully, though, my man Aytac was able to level up with a lovely free kick to make it 2-1. And I was getting a bit concerned because we just didn't look particularly great. Thankfully, though, who else would pop up? Guerra was the ball in, and there was Nikolai Jespersen, once again the hero, to give us a 2-1 victory at Goodison Park, dropping Everton into the relegation zone. Cristiano Ronaldo is not doing a great job. I know he's been brought in to rescue them, but it doesn't seem to be going that way for him at the moment. And then finally, we absolutely battered Manchester City 3-0 at home. We played the exact same tactic that we did in the away game, but we had the first team squad out there, and you could see the difference it made. Aytac with a lovely finish in the 44th minute, whipped a ball across there by Guerra, and Aytac was able to just smash it in at the far post. Really, really nice stuff there. Keskin then did a lovely job. Again, Guerra getting the ball into the channel, waited for the underlap of Keskin, got into the box, thrashed home a second for us before a lovely ball whipped across, and this time from a corner, and Jespersen was able to put it in. 3 assists on the night for Jose Lelson Guerra. He's contributing goals, he's contributing assists. Aytac is getting goals and assists. Everybody was phenomenal. We could have had more goals in this match. 17 shots on target at home against Man City. And they did nothing in this entire match. Brilliant. But in addition to that, Chelsea are hitting themselves again. It's crazy. They lost the EFL Cup final 2-1 to Southampton, of all people. They were then knocked out of the Champions League by Real Madrid. They were 3-2 up from the first leg against Madrid, and then they lost 6-0 in the Bernabeu to lose 8-3 on aggregate, and then they got beaten 3-0 by Norwich City in the Premier League. They have now beaten Spurs to get back onto winning ways. They'll always just seem to be able to beat Spurs at the end of the day, but Chelsea are struggling like mad. I'm actually surprised Lampard is still in charge, given where they were to where they are now, and they cannot seem to buy a win for the most part and lose heavily. And that leaves the league looking like this. Us and Arsenal still tied at the top, 66 points apiece right now. It's going reasonably well, to be honest. Our points per game is definitely massively above 2 now. We're starting to smash teams left and right. Great goal differences for both us, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Liverpool aren't scoring as many goals, but their defence is decent, as is Arsenal's. But today, it's about Porto, and then Arsenal immediately afterwards, which is going to be super important. So, I don't know if Suarez is going to be able to start, because he has got a hamstring problem, but we'll see. I think he's fine. Everybody else, though, is fully back. Jean Carlos is nursing a slight knock, but again, I think we need to go for him for now, because Torgerson broke his ankle and is going to miss the rest of the season. So, very important to have, Jean Carlos stay fit. But I might substitute him and shuffle some stuff around if we get the game comfortable. So the bench will be Keskin, Fernandez, Asman, De Los Santos, Pinto, Lever, and Trofin. So the plan is, if the game gets super comfortable, what I'll do is I'll bring on Asman in the middle. I'll bring on Asman and put him up top just to give Jean Carlos a rest. We do have a habit of getting complacent in second legs when we've really battered teams in the first leg. Like we did against Bayer Leverkusen last season. Admittedly, that was the first leg at home. Winning 3-0 away from home is a really massive, important thing. I think if we take the lead in this game, it's as good as dead. Because then again, they still really would only need the 4 goals. Dubois. Good touch, goes past 1. Goes past 2. Pulls it across, and good start. But Militao's got it. Already created a first opportunity inside 2 minutes, though. And a great tackle from Graham. Out for a corner, though. Porto are getting an awful lot of the ball here. Oh, God. Right, here we go. Jean Carlos to bring it away for us. It's been a bit of a poor start from us here. We might need to pick up the pace a little. If he could have just slot that around the corner. He's through. And he's all the way through. And again, saved. Aytac takes it out of play, but 2 excellent chances so far. He could slot it inside here, perhaps, for Aytac. Doesn't need to. Cleared away. Beckart, Dubois. Now he's found Campbell. Campbell's got to shoot. Surely. Great save again by Galdiani. Jean Carlos. What I've noticed about this approach is it just sort of... You don't tend to have the sort of all guns blazing starts that we sometimes have on the more aggressive one. But I find that we just seem to grow into matches and slowly but surely just seems to break teams down over the course of the 90 minutes. That's what I seem to like. And it's coming all the way through, and it's in by Jose Lelson Guerra. Notts County 1, Porto 0, and I think we've deserved that. 3 clear-cut chances in the first 18 minutes. It's 4-0 on aggregate. Guerra's grabbed his 19th goal of the season. He's certainly not going to get close to the 40 of recent years, but at least he's certainly getting back to it. I think if he can hit us 25, close to 30, I don't know what happens here. He's absolutely sold the keeper a dummy there. Beautiful. It's just slowly but surely just grinding through teams. Jean Carlos. Back for Cabral. Oh, look at the ball. And Aytac. Oh, that was a good chance. That probably could have been 2. Uh-oh, they've not had a shot yet. And a good save by Suarez. Had to be done. And maybe a chance for a breakaway with Cabral. I think right wing is definitely a position for next season, if there's a next season. I like Cabral, I do. But I think that maybe if we could get like an Aytac on the right as well, that could really complete us. Campbell goes past a few here, whips it across, all the way through for Aytac. There we go. Notts County 2, Porto 0. 13th goal of the season for Ahmed Aytac. That's the most we've ever had out of a left-sided player in this team. Darren Lever had the record at 12, and now Aytac has already hit 13. I said if he could get 15 this year, I'd be super happy. What a ball from Greg Campbell, and what an incredibly good finish from Aytac. You're right, he's got something special. There's absolutely no denying it. And what I mean about this is slowly throughout this game, I reckon we'll probably have about 14 shots on target by the end of this match. There we go. Well played. Cabral's going to get past his man. He's got to finish. Tight angle, and he has. There we go. Mateus Cabral, 3-0 to Notts County. Remy Dubois with another assist, and we are just sliding past FC Porto like they're not even there right now. And I think this tactic really is starting to find itself. Lovely press. We're not being overly aggressive. We look much more stable at the back. Brilliant from Cabral. He just takes that little extra touch. Bit of a shaky... Hopefully that's not on the recording there. It's 3-0, 6-0 lag. Comfortable as you like. Really pleased with the way this is working now. Campbell straight in. Can he fire it across for someone? Maybe pull it back for Cabral again. And Guerra makes it 4-0. Cabral with the assist. Guerra grabs his second goal of the night now. And he's on to 20 for the season. And we are just tearing through people. 7-0 on aggregate. I know Porto aren't probably the best team in the world. But we've had issues against teams before. That not happening today. Look at this red ball from Cabral. Perfectly in there for Guerra to score another. Yeah, this game's turned out basically exactly as I expected. 17 shots on target in the end. It just seems to... They just seem to mount up throughout the match with real quality. There we go, through to the next round. 7-0 as well, which is outrageous. And we've got the draw for the next round in between too, so stay tuned. Right then, we're back. Quarter-final time. So, 2 English sides in it. Sorry, or 2 that we can draw. Inter, Borussia Dortmund, Barca, Juve, and Real Madrid. Let's do this. Inter. Okay. We played Inter before. Relatively comfortable. That looks like a pretty straightforward, hopefully, path towards a semi-final, which is very, very encouraging. Turns out, though, the Arsenal game is actually 2 weeks from now. So, see you guys in a minute, I suppose. Oh, and the second leg of it drew us against Juve or Real Madrid. So, all looking pretty damn good. Arsenal today. Plan is fairly straightforward. Just do what we did against Porto. Play that same style of approach. If we need to move to the more attacking one later in the game, that's fine, we can. But I want to go with what's working for us at the moment, and we're scoring a lot of goals doing it, and everyone looks really good. Also, we'd have to win 7 of our last 8 matches in the league just to equal our points tally of last season. So what I'm really wanting from the team isn't so much that, because I don't think that's achievable. I mean, maybe, but it's unlikely. I want us to score more goals and concede less goals than last season, and I would still consider that a move in the right direction and just allow that perhaps, points can fluctuate. But it's a good indicator still. Greg Campbell's he's still knackered from international duty, which is very annoying. I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't be. But Fernandes has just got his first Portugal cap, so there's that. But that is a very strong lineup, and I'm totally happy to go with that. Right, huge on the line here. We're at home. We win this, we go to 69 points, and we go 3 points above Arsenal, which is super duper important, as it starts to cut adrift other teams as well. Particularly as we've got West Ham away next in the league, which is should be a straightforward victory, you'd hope. Good ball. Aytac could definitely cut inside and do something there. Not so great, but he found Cabral. Finds Aytac. Wow, look at that. Inside a minute, Ahmed Aytac scores his 14th goal of the season. Another assist for Cabral. The wingers seem to be getting so much better now. And I do think that putting the winger on an attacking role seems to have made a huge difference too. Because now, that's 18 goals that have come just from the right-hand side of the pitch now with Lever and Aytac. And I want to do the winger thing again, and we'll check it in the next episode because I think it's still on course. Now I just want to see some solid defensive play and a good ball from... Oh, great first touch from Gary's in. And he's skewed it wide. What a chance. We need Celso to step up. I know he struggles with the big games, but today is the time for him to not do that, really. Beckhardt driving at the defenders. Sits it around the side for Guerra's in again. And he skewed it wide again. Normally, we start very slowly with this tactic. And today, we've ripped through them about... Yeah, all right then. Zumbi gets in there and Arsenal score. Well, that's what happens when you don't take your chances. We've had arguably 4, but definitely 3 excellent chances to score today. And we should have taken at least 2 of them. This goal is almost identical to the one Bournemouth scored against us. Zumbi, great finish, but nothing more than that. Don't let this give them hope. Giancarlo Sister again. Goes past one more. He's got to finish this time, and again it's saved. This is not going to be our day, is it, lad? Aytac again. Driving in. He's got Cabral out wide. Finds Beckhardt instead. He's going to have a crack at it as well, and it's... You are joking me. How did that stay out? I cannot believe it. Gareth just fluffed a couple of chances today, which is disappointing as Jespersen comes in there. There we go. Notts County 2, Arsenal 1. And we have definitely deserved that lead. We've been phenomenal in the opening half an hour here. This could... On another day, we're 4-0 up against Arsenal here, but I'll take the 2-1. Look at that. Jespersen's been phenomenal lately. He's just scoring everything. Celso's been anonymous from corners. And Acevedo's made a great run. Carlos can pick him out. What a ball. Guerra needs to get himself into a position to receive this, though. And Beckhardt's hit the post now. What did I tell you about this just not being odd? I don't believe this. 3.5 minutes left here. A win here against Arsenal, albeit the 2-1, but still Gareth through. Yes, there we go. Notts County 3, Arsenal 1. Very, very deserved victory. We've actually played sensationally well on the night. Guerrero with his 21st of the season. He is absolutely flying towards the end of the season. Lovely work from Paulo Asman. Put him on in place up top, and this is a really good ball. Great first touch from Guerrero. Slots it past the goalkeeper, underneath him. 3-1 to Notts County, and we are going top of the league onto 69 points. Nice. Oh, and it's saved by Sanchez right at the death there for one more little chance to make it 4. 4 would have been very embarrassing for an Arsenal team who are pretty damn good this year. 9 chances created on the night against Arsenal. This is the tactic we need. But the concern is, of course, oh, and it's in. It's 4-1. Celso makes it 4. We are trashing one of the best teams in this division very, very comfortably in the end. Taken a little while, but we've got there. But I'm really concerned about Aytac. He's been so important to the way we're playing lately. Guerrero with another assist as well. Bad goalkeeping from Lennartz. Not Lennartz, Sanchez. I'm not even sure how we found time to score 2 goals in stoppage time here, but we have, as we move into the 7th minute of stoppage time on the night. And Cabral will pick it up. And there we go. Notts County 4, Arsenal 1. We've got a lot of goals in us recently, and it is great to see. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's not the end of the world. I don't know if he's going to be back for the first Inter game, though. That's concerning. But better than nothing, because Inter is very, very soon. In fact, it's on the 6th. Oh, that's not happening. In fact, we'd be unlikely to play any of the next 4 matches. We need to kind of do it without him. I think we can, but it's going to be tough. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, I really hope you have. Look at these off-camera results. 5-1, 2-1, 3-0, 4-0, 4-1. Lots of goals going in. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like. That'd be glorious. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be amazing as well. I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch. Go follow over there as well. And I will see you guys very, very soon. And as always, hold your gun, capybara. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.